What's up, guys? I just got back from a week-long trip with my wife in Gatlinburg, and of course I had this idea about how I was going to mount my graph on my Crescent kayak Shoalie, and it's about time to put it into action. I've been thinking about it all week, so I'm going to show you guys a little video of how I plan on rigging this thing. I'll put my Garmin 93 SV on here. I just got home. Check this out. The new Dakota 135. I didn't have to trim the hole out of the bottom of it, but I wanted to just to secure the battery from sliding around any inside there a little bit better. But you can do it. You don't have to do it. You can actually shut it and it fits up front. I think it's going to pair up great with my Motor Guide XI3 on the front. And really, I don't think it's going to be too much weight because I'll counter it out with all my tackle in the back. So stay tuned. I want to show you kind of my little deal. This is a pre-production model, so it's not perfect. The boat isn't. It's got a few little things that aren't quite right, but it's still great shape. I'm going to fish it all year. We got a tournament coming up in a week, so it's time to get it ready. All right, I'm going to start off. I'm going to cut this gear track in half. I'm going to mount half of it here and half of it here. I've seen a lot of guys saying, well, I don't like the angle of how this is when they put their graph on it. Well, we're going to make a way to change that. Those should fit pretty good right here. I was talking to Drew about it the other day, and we were discussing how we were going to mount different things on here, and the gear track fits perfect. So I'm going to screw these three pieces down, and yeah, I'm just going to screw right into it. I think 3-up's plenty to hold that graph. I'm not even the least little bit concerned about them not holding the screws. I don't have to bolt them in. I mean, I could reach under here and bolt them in, but there's no sense in it. Now we got the gear tracks installed, so I'm going to build out a starboard, a new bracket that's going to be able to go up and down on this track and in and out. So I'll be able to have my graph mounted about right here and then twist it so I can get any kind of angle I want to. So we're going to mark this out with this, and then we're going to cut some brackets. Alright, I got this piece cut. I'm going to heat it up and bend it to a 90 degree. I got a little mark on it. I'm just going to bend it right around this so it's a nice clean round bend. Alrighty, let's make the second one. I got them sandwiched together. I'm going to run them under some water. They look like they turned out almost exactly the same, so I'm going to cool them off. I'll be right back. GoPro, stop recording. So my original plan was to make this slotted, this piece right here, and then be able to tighten it down here, and then you'll be able to adjust this in and out for 10-inch screens or 9-inch screens or even 7s. But I kind of don't like it because this has got a mount on the inside of this. So that's going to leave these sticking out. So I think I'm just going to drill a hole in mine and then cut it off and clean it up a little bit. And I'll leave the adjustable designs to the pros. But I mean, this is a 93 SV. I'm going to mount this on this boat, and then I'm going to have everything on this one. So all I do is pop my screen off and put it on my other boats. So yeah, I'm just going to drill a hole in it. I think it'll work great that way anyway. And this is like the most popular graph on the market right now anyway. Everybody else is using them. So we'll see. Alright, I think I figured it out. I'm just going to mount it like I said. I'm just going to do just one hole. I'm going to drill a hole in both of these. I'm going to mount it on there, then mark where it goes. I definitely want to get these exact, so I'm going to put them back to back because I know they're the same length. I'm just going to mark it like so and then drill it. And later on, I'm going to show you guys how I mounted my motor guide on my kayak. I'm not going to show you on this. I'm going to show you on my buddy Shoalie sitting behind me on the floor. Because like I said, mine's a pre-production model and it doesn't have... It's not exactly perfect, so there's a few things that I had to change on mine. And when I get these done, I'm going to clean these things up and make them nice and round, and you know, you got to make them pretty, right? Looks like I'm going to need a spacer. The good thing about Motor Guide's XL mounts they use, they give you all these spacers that you can use for anything you want to, and they work great for all this kind of stuff. And I never use them, so when I install a Motor Guide on somebody's kayak, I just kind of permanently borrow their spacers. I want to use, out of the XL kit, they have these rubber knobs, and this is going to keep it from turning anyway. So I'm going to put these thicker rubber washers in between here. That should snug up really well. Yeah, it's going to keep that screen from turning a whole bunch too. So now I'm going to be able to mount that pretty well anywhere I want to. Cool. And if you didn't notice, I have a bolt on the other side because my knob's missing. It is somewhere between Ohio and Louisiana. And no, I don't travel with my graph on my boat, but I do travel with this plate on there because it's awesome how good it works. That looks like that is going to work pretty slick. We'll drill holes, put T-bolts, put knobs, and we're done. I'm going to cut these off, make them a little cleaner, but yeah, I'm digging it. Alright, I'm going to mark this hole, throw this T-bolt in. I'm going to put a little pressure in on them just so it holds a little bit better. And it's going to give me a little more room to tighten these thumb bolts too. See, now what I was thinking, for any of you professional CAD guys or whoever, all you designers, I'm just a goofy redneck that works in my garage and don't stop messing with stuff. Somehow I think you can slot this. I mean, you could and it'd be sticking out here, and I guess it's really not in the way because my feet stop here, but you could slot this and make it go in for a 7 or flip them around and make them come out for a 10 or something like that. So alrighty, she's mounted pretty well snugged down. Didn't tighten this side yet because I'm going to take it back off when I wire everything, but there's your graph. And there it is. I always wanted the open floor plan for measuring my fish. I couldn't stand having anything in these center consoles. I hated the pods. I hated all that stuff. I love the fact this boat had it, but now that I put my catch board down here in this bottom part, why not have this here? I think it's going to work great. And really, let's see. I think I can move this down far enough. If I put this to the bottom, I have a great place for a battery box if I want to run my graph that way. You guys know I'm going to mount everything inside and have all the switches and plugs, but let's see if the rod stagers still work. Or at least the rod staging area. The outside ones are going to work still just fine. I'm going to lose the 2 on the inside, but whatever. I like it. You can't have everything all in one. Even though that there's not much when they designed this boat that they missed. It has almost everything, but not quite everything. Yeah, I'm digging it. let's go up as high as we can go with it. This is the kit I was talking about, by the way. Motor Guide Bolt Mounting Kit XL. It comes with all your motor guides. Go all the way to the top with it, as high as it'll go. And I would say, since I spend the majority of my time standing, my graph's going to be about that angle. I'm digging just the fact that I'm going to be able to do this and not have to loosen anything too. When I sit down, I'm going to want it down. When I stand up, I'm going to want it facing up. But I stand up most of the time. But yeah, that's pretty much how I mounted mine. I'll do another video later on of how I'm going to wire it all. I'm going to keep it all nice and clean. And you know what this area is going to be great for? When you're having that bad day and you're chucking baits and chucking everything else, just pile it all up right here and it's out of the way. So yeah, I like it. This is going to stay on this boat for good. And my solo skiff has one on it, so I'll just pop the screen off, take it over there whenever I want to use it and paint optics, and then this one I'm going to do that. So, alrighty guys, thanks for watching. Pretty simple little install. Pretty clean. Everything's going to be out of the way. So stay tuned for my wiring and motor mount video and all that other stuff coming up later. Thanks.